Okay, so one of the challenges is being able to make a marking key that reflects the curriculum but is also tailored to the needs of a task. And this can be really time consuming. This is where AI can help us out. And so what I've got here is a task for Year 8 English where the students will create a myth. And here is the overview. I've got my conditions, got my curriculum content. What I don't have is a marking key. And I've got my instructions here. I want a table to put in this marking key that fits and will generate a good spread of marks. So what we've got here is a prompt that we can paste in to an AI, and the prompt is quite lengthy. And I won't go into details on everything in the prompt. I've used ChatGPT to help refine the prompt, and what we've got in here are the bits that are highlighted that teachers can just change for themselves. And so defining what subject I'm teaching or what teacher I am. Here's my curriculum area, what the year level is. I've told it to refer directly to the achievement standard. I've also defined the boundaries for how it will distribute the marks. I'm using a 75, 65, 45, 30 range. I like to have my satisfactory range. If I was marking out of 15, go 7 to 9, something like that. Just something I like to do. But this could change. I am aware that there's no such thing as 75, 65, 50, but I do try to have my marks float into those regions. Just helps with grading later on. I don't want any more than 2 sentences for each descriptor, and I want it to explicitly use the language of the WA curriculum. I've also added here that in the limited range, and this happens in English where there are students who do well, but because they got a massive amount of support, and they haven't really reached the achievement standard independently or demonstrated those skills independently. So I put that into the descriptor. It's also some language that we do get from the School Curriculum and Standards Authority. This part here should be highlighted because this is the criteria for my marking key. So for this task, I want a marking key that looks at understanding of genre, language features, written expression, and the editing and revision of the draft. And this is how many marks I want to allocate to each one, 15, 15, 10, and 10, okay? So this is this part here is telling the AI how to allocate the marks with an example, and I want it to spit it out as a table for me. So that way I can just paste a table straight in. It limits the amount of work I have to do to get the text into a table. And this here looks messy here, but this is actually a table here that's giving an example of how I want it to look, okay? So what I'm going to do, I've got my task, I've got my prompt. So Command A to copy the whole text, and let's slide this way over to Copilot. One thing I think, ChatGPT versus Copilot. Copilot is actually pretty good at generating tables that are well formatted. So I'm going to paste in my prompt. I'm going to go and grab my file from my desktop, create a myth, and it's going to warn me that I've already got a file in there. Cool, let's use the older file instead because I've been testing this out. And let's press play. And here we go, we've got a table coming up here. There we go. And here is our table. Now what I suggest you don't do is just copy from here when it's finished because it'll foul up. But if you go into edit in pages and open it up on this side, and then we can copy our table from here. Command A, Command C, and let's open up a fresh Word document and paste it in, okay? So paste you in there, okay? Now let's enlarge this to make it easy to see. And there are my descriptors. We've got all this guff up here. Let's just delete that, cool. And oops, sorry, I deleted too much. There's my understanding of genre heading. Let's delete it from here. So now I've got a marking key ready to go here, and now I can copy and paste that across into my task right here. And I can edit it and get my formatting right and all that kind of stuff, and that'll take me a lot less. Oh, sorry, where did you go? Oh, there we go. My computer just glitched. So now we've got a marking key in here, and I can tweak my formatting and I'm good to go. So we've got demonstrates a clear understanding for excellent from applies basic myth conventions here. I think this is pretty good. I can go in here and edit it. I can work with other teachers to see if we need to add stuff, but this is a really good starting point. It just speeds things up. And so all I had to do just to refresh is go into my prompt. I'm going to save this and just edit the highlighted bits here for any given task, and I can drop that in and have a crack at a marking key. So if that works for you, have some fun. But cool, no worries. Bye for now.